A reminder, fans, we hope you'll come and join us for our trading card day. That's where you 2,000 fans create a generation of trading card packs. Those are early and young and get the products here in Wilson and the Pelicans Day team. And fans, be sure to join us on our College and Radio game. That's against this world team, your very own complimentary Pelican Beach South.
The Pelicans know their fans will be fired up for tonight's action. And as they came into the building, the players were plenty fired up themselves. Thanks for joining us in honoring Grant, it's an honor to be here on Martin Luther King Day in the NBA.
B.A., you're so spot on. I mean, so much time has passed since the 1960s. But Dr. King's efforts ring as true today as they did then. I think he'd be proud of the power that players have in this league right now.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Utah Jazz. George and Sexton in the backcourt. Then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. George's shot is off, and so Murray will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. George against McCollum. Shoots over George. McCollum's shot is off. George outside. Pass to Sensabaugh. Over Murray. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. First quarter, just over a minute played. No one covering.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's G. No luck on that one. Great D that time from Williamson. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Now here's Ingram. His last outing, he had 18 points. And that one drops.
And Brandon Ingram at that size, able to survey the entire floor and make a play.
The Jazz have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's G. Three-pointer. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
McCollum, pass to Tice. Outside Ingram. Pass to Murray. Tice, a screen on Sexton. A clear look for Murray. And another basket for New Orleans.
So many tools at DeJounte Murray's disposal. The pick gets Murray free to fire that one off.
To the inside. Here's G. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's McCollum. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Utah. The shot by Ingram, no good.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, G in their last game against the Pelicans really lit up the floor. He contributed 42 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And the entire NBA talking about his performance. It was that special. Can he do it again? We'll see, guys.
It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best. best. Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Well, Brent, after ups and downs, it seemed like New Orleans is really trending in the right direction.
Now, their path has not always been easy. It's a bit indicative of the city itself. It's a resilient place with resilient people that take a lot of pride in the comeback. So this team has had personnel changes, coaching changes, injuries, but the Pelicans have certainly become a team in the past couple seasons where the future is much brighter than its past.
Brent, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Well, B.A., he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. I mean, he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
He hits the second from the line.
And Zion, he's just got to do whatever it takes to stay healthy, because when this guy is on the floor, he's a difference maker.
Clarkson outside. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
10 feet away. Jones in the post. It's rebounded by Hendricks.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
You got this, MP.
Pelicans trail by 4. They've got C.J. McCollum, Trey Murphy out there with Herb Jones. Then it's Javonte Green, and it's Alvarado in at the 2 spot. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's T. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Here's T. Pass to Sensabaugh. Collins, left side.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's G. Green covering. 4 on the clock. G, no good. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. Jazz leading by 5. Here's T. He's got 11. The shot won't fall. Green with the defensive effort. Outside Jones. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Green. And we're going to have a jump ball. Jump ball. All right, I'm told we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, joining us now with the latest news. Shams, what's the update?
Thank you, B.A. Closing in on the trade deadline, it's the Wizards front office getting things done. They were able to bring in the 7-footer Yusuf Nurkic. He adds size and some rim protection. This organization, I'm told, is very happy to add a big physical presence like him to their team.
Always great to hear from you, Shams. Thanks so much. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
The Pelicans have a young star tandem in Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. And C.J. McCollum said to win in today's NBA, you need those big, versatile forwards who can do a little bit of everything. We have two of the best in the league, and when you're playing well, it makes the game easier for all of us. Brian?
It's a great perspective. Thanks, Allie. 3 on the clock. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. George, no good. And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Making some changes. Williamson's checked in for Green. Brandon Ingram comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Murray subbed in for Alvarado. And a switch here also for Utah. Kessler's checked in. Pelicans trail by 5. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Now here's Sexton. No points so far. G kicks it to George. 18 feet out. Yep, that one goes. And the Jazz lead by 7.
And he's a crafty scorer for a young player. George is always going to find the gaps in the defense.
Murray passes to Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Here's G, defended by Jones. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, aside from that possession, they've done a pretty good job of keeping the turn.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Utah ahead. They lead by 8. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Hello and welcome, basketball fans. The first half coming to an end with a deficit for the New Orleans Pelicans.
I thought defensively, it just wasn't good enough. You got to be engaged at this level. Any lapse of concentration, lapse of efforts, you will pay for it, and they have. They've got to lock in defensively.
And now to some other news. We've got some trades to talk about.
Quality addition for them. Well, Nurkic is an enforcer on the boards. Who can score? Now, that's what makes him in demand. Louisville.
The math on this move checks out. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Proud to have you with us on Martin Luther King Day for a special presentation of the NBA. Pelicans trail by 8. And let's get an update on Jose Alvarado's injury. Allie, any news?
Well, the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans provided some information. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. It's tough losing a player like this near the halfway point of the season. They'll just have to find a way to replace his production until he comes back. Back to you guys.
All we can hope for is that the prognosis isn't as bad as it seems, guys.
Yeah, we were hoping for much better news, and obviously not very encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
So on the floor for Utah, George and Sexton in the backcourt. Then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. And here's New Orleans now. Oh, Zion! A rim shaker!
Well, I like it when he goes vertical, but I like it when he stays there. How about Zion getting up?
Sexton finds George. It's hauled in by New Orleans. After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive, too.
Just 5 to shoot, and that one's good. Ingram.
And Ingram really could handle either part of that pick and roll. He could be the screener, and then he could roll, or he could score off it. Nice option.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. G's got 19 points.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
And the bucket is good.
Ingram and that body and that maturation showing off in plays just like that.
Driving in. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Daniel Tice.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Utah shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. That free throw no good. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
John Collins checked in for Utah. They kick it out to Murray. Feet out. Rebound, Utah. Collins has got 4 rebounds now. Here's G, covered by Ingram. Pass to Sensabaugh. George feels it out a bit. Sexton passes to G. Collins with a screen on Ingram. From the arc. G, no good. Pelicans trail by 7. And here's Ingram. Off target at the rim. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brandon Ingram is in his 6th season with the Pelicans, and he said, I love New Orleans. It's a perfect fit for me and the way I want to operate. They do here, less distractions. I can go play basketball whenever I want to with direct access to the facility. I feel connected with the city and the people around me. Brian, he's dialed in.
Sure is. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Ingram. He's got 11. Sexton grabs the board. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for Utah. They've led by as much as 10. Hurry inside. Check by Sexton. Here's Williamson. Carving out space. Zion.
Not much you're going to do with Zion that close.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants a few moments to...
Doing all right. We'll get him.
here, the officials may want to take a look at it on the replay monitor. And not so fast.
The previous play is under review.
They got it right before we go to the fourth.
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to make sure the right call was made.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've gotten enough looks at it. The basket will not count. The quarter ended before he got it off.
That was a great idea to give it a second glance.
And so it's Utah leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And again, happy Martin Luther King Day as we return to the court here on 2K Sports. Murray runs the point with Jones flanking him. Green out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. That's the Pelicans 5. Just 4 to shoot. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And let's take an early look at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. No matter who ends up competing, you know it's going to be a show.
And the best part, B.A., every year we see something different, something new. I can't wait.
And I could see him moving even higher up in the ranks. He's certainly a talented guy up in the air.
He is for sure, but this list is just packed with real aerial artists. This dunk contest is really going to be something special.
And there you have it. This year's dunk contest. Up to date in the voting.
That is always a highlight of All-Star Weekend. Watching guys just fly through the air. And I enjoy watching all of the guys on that list slam it home.
Outside Ingram. 11 feet out. G with a rebound. G's got 4 rebounds now. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to George. The 3 ball. He buries it from 3. And the Jazz lead by 11.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Here's the floater. And Murray with the lay-in.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Nice open look, but it's no good. Jazz leading by 9. Here's G. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Here's what Utah has lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they're off to Oklahoma City to face off with the Thunder. Then on Thursday, they head back home to host the Washington Wizards.
And that game against Milwaukee, it's always exciting when you get to clash with the #1 team. These guys will be hungry to prove themselves in that one.
Collins, he's checked in for Utah. Sensabaugh comes in from Mikhailuk, hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
Here's G for 3. Hits the trifecta. G's got 9 points here in the second half.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, when Ingram is this aggressive offensively, the refs notice it too.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Utah.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Look out below!
You got no chance of defending him right there. Pelicans trail by 12. McCollum outside. Pass to Ingram. Shoots a fadeaway. Utah grabs the miss. Sexton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's G. Another 3 for Utah.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
For New Orleans, they've gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the 4th. Here's McCollum. Cranked it in off the glass.
Yeah, I wish McCollum would sell microwaves because I'd buy one. That's what he does. He heats up in a hurry.
Jazz leading by 13. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Sends the ball, no good. And so it's Williamson who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now here's Ingram. Defense right on him. Off with the layup. Utah's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. G's shot is good.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Jazz.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
B.A., the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And their efforts tonight pushed them to 41 wins on the year so far.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for G.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Tice sets a screen. Murray, and counted from 19 feet away. And it's Utah with the ball. Here's G. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Williamson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
From a physical standpoint, you just can't match up with Williamson's power down low.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Here's G. On the take. Misses. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
Way to bring the effort tonight. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. Surprisingly loud crowd tonight. This should be a good one.
fans live for games like this one.